My apologies, my apologies. Good afternoon, I'm calling from Kenya, and I just wanted to start off by thanking the Delphi Economic Forum for hosting an important conversation on creative economy, and even more importantly, for allowing a practicing creative professional like myself to have a presence in this important space. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen for my presentation. Okay. And I'll go ahead and present here. Okay, I hope you can see this. So my name is Lisa Russell, and I'm going to be speaking today on the role of artists and creatives, specifically in the UN's International Year of Creative Economy for Sustainable Development. My name is Lisa Russell. I'm an Emmy Award-winning filmmaker. I'm a screenwriter, I'm a curator, and I'm founder of Create 2030, which is about engaging professional working artists at the UN and in support of the Sustainable Development Goals. I like to say I'm multilingual. I speak artist talk and I speak UN talk, and I speak both of them fluently, and I jump back and forth. So my work really lies at the intersection of arts, social justice, and global development. Create 2030 is an initiative I founded in 2015 after my 15 plus years of curating artists at the UN. We are 95% made up of BIPOC artists. We have filmmakers, musicians, poets, steppers, beatboxers, illustrators, or whatnot. We do a variety of activities, including live performances at high-level UN events. We do creative workshops. We embark on partnerships, and we also run an ongoing online arts and SDGs festival. I like to start off by sharing a quote that I really enjoy by Khalil Gibran that says, "It has been said that next to hunger and thirst, our most basic human need is for storytelling." And there's even science that backs up really the power of arts and storytelling. This particular research shows that the brain waves of storytellers actually line up with the people who are listening to the stories. So the power of arts and storytelling to affect and move other people is paramount, and is one of the reasons why I strongly believe that artists should have a strong role in helping to accelerate progress of the SDGs and the Decade of Action. I oftentimes say that, most people will agree that artists and creatives are some of our world's greatest problem solvers. So I often ask, why wouldn't you want us in the room talking about solutions to our world's greatest problems? In 2018, I had the honor of being invited to be a keynote speaker at the first ever World Conference on Creative Economy that was hosted by the government of the Republic of Indonesia. It was a game-changing conference for me. It was the first time that I really heard the term and understood the term creative economy, even though I'd been advocating for artists and creatives at the UN since like 2003, 2004. And when I got up on stage, they gave me a very high platform. And again, being a practicing creative, it was really an honor for me to have a position at that conference and on that stage. But my message was and continues to be that if we are going to build this sustainable, effective creative economy, we need to give artists more space, more inclusion in this space. We need to have representation, and we need to give artists a seat at the table. After that conference, this life-changing, game-changing conference, I had the opportunity to escort the delegation from Indonesia to New York while they were meeting with various UN agencies to draft the first international resolution to name 2021 as the International Year of Creative Economy for Sustainable Development. And they went ahead and got it passed at the 2019 74th session of the UN General Assembly. And it was a historic moment. I think all of us that were behind the scenes were so excited, so thankful to Indonesia and all the other supporting countries to give recognition of the power of art in the sustainable development movement. And right when the momentum was developing to get ready to launch this historic year, myself, I know a couple of other arts related initiatives that work at the UN, were really ready to embrace the year when unfortunately COVID put a damper a little bit on our plans. But more importantly, what I wanted to emphasize is that as the year started to roll out, we were getting, or before the year rolled out, I'm sorry, there was a sequence of calls for art and calls for creative briefs by the UN, hoping to engage the creative economy in sharing information and sharing artwork around COVID to a larger audience. But the problem is, without representation of artists in the leadership levels of the UN, there were a lot of very irresponsible policies and initiatives that we're rolling out. And it's not that I believe people don't want to support and respect, for example, intellectual property rights of artists. I believe that without knowing how our industries work, without understanding our industry standards, the policy and program place is so very different than how we work as, you know, in my case, in the film industry, that there is a disconnect. And so there's a series of initiatives that were just, you know, stating that they can't guarantee that artists will be credited, that they were asking artists to donate work for free, but then they were giving that content to major broadcasters and corporations like Facebook and BBC for free, which, you know, sounds again like a humanitarian effort, except that if you understand our industries, you know that licensing content is another way that we support our livelihoods. So there were just a series of, you know, just really, it was clear that there's not artists who are involved in these decisions with these initiatives. And this one even had, you know, somebody quoted from the UN saying, you know, I've never done this before. It's something that's not on my CV. And I was joking. I was like, yeah, I can tell, because it's not really artist friendly. And even more recently, there's, you know, a comic and cartoon competition that states that not only do they have the right to showcase your entries for a certain amount of time, but they have the ability to edit or adapt or modify the submitted artwork, which is, again, you know, just something you don't want to do for the creatives. So my question this year and moving forward is, how can we responsibly engage working professional artists in sustainable development? And I have a series of ideas about how that can happen. But I want to go ahead and show you a 2-minute video that I produced for IFC and World Bank Group for the last year's Sustainability Exchange, which I think does a good job of showcasing sort of my thoughts. So I'll go ahead and play this. That the role of the artist is to make revolution irresistible. With the stroke of a brush, a new landscape is seen. A sculpture can reimagine our environment. A photograph can be a tool for justice. Songs can help communities build resilience. And films can challenge harmful narratives to build empathy. It's true that artists can move hearts and minds, but we can do so much more. We are one of the world's fastest growing economies. We are incredible creative thinkers and problem solvers. We build new paradigms for cities and drive tourism as cultural workers. We are important communicators during crises and help connect the disconnected. Our livelihoods are independent of a formal work culture. We can be of any age, any ethnicity, and work anywhere in the world. We are not charity, but a growing, thriving economy. Our sector generates more than 29.5 million jobs and $2,250 billion in U.S. revenue. Our world is in need of a creative revolution, and yet our livelihoods are at stake. You can help change this trajectory. Create artist-friendly policies. Support the health and well-being of working-class creatives. Give artists a seat at the decision-making tables. Solicit our creative thinking and problem-solving skills, and engage us in creating a sustainable world by 2030. My name is Lisa Russell, and I'm a filmmaker and a curator. As founder of Create 2030, I advocate for responsible engagement of professional artists in the sustainability sector. Let us create a better world together. Okay, I think my time is up. Thank you so much for the opportunity again. And I'm not sure why I'm not seeing anything, but thank you.